Hi, so I just want to do a little short video around like pricing objections. You know, when people try and get you down on your price. Now, I'm not talking about when you offer an offer or you offer, you really want to work with someone and you do it for like a really discounted price or for free to get reviews or experience. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about here is those that, like, people you've been back and forth, back and forth. You know, they know you price it on your website, they know what you charge, they got in contact with you, they've, you've probably picked apart everything you've sent them, they've come back with question after question after question. So you've already probably spent by this point hours putting together emails, time on the phone explaining things, putting the quote together, revising the quote, going back over what you can do different, what you can add in, and then they come right at the end, just about to go, okay, right, let's go ahead with this. They come back and they're like, well, can we do something about the price? Can you just half it, take 50% off, or give me a 20% discount? I mean, but when you're running your small business, it's the first business you've ever run, times are tight, you need that business. It's really easy to go, do you know what, I'll just give you 50% off, like I just need this work. But one thing I just want to say, and do you know what, in this moment, listen to your gut, like listen to your intuition. If you've got alarm bells going off and you're going to be working, with this like company or person for an extended period of time, and you've got alarm bells going off already, and it's already been hard work, these are normally the people where you give them a massive discount and then they take up all of your time. You'll be getting phone calls at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, and then you send the invoice, and they're normally the people you have to chase and chase and chase to get payment, and even then, when you're trying to get the payment, they're asking for more money off. But dealing with this, it's hard. If you're a one-man band and you've got, you don't have an accounts department that can go back and forth and go, no, we've been back and forth. This is what the quote is. This is what the price is. If you really want to work for me, this is what it is. And you know what? If you're the only person that they've been talking to and they really want to work with you, I would say 8 times out of 10, and that's not don't quote me on that figure, but this is just my experience, 8 times out of 10, they'll go with what you're quoting. They probably try to do this with everyone that they work with. But when you're in that situation, one thing I would ask you to do is just think. So if they say they work full time, if their boss was to go to them at the beginning of the month and go, do you know what, we're in a bit of, we're having a bit of trouble at the minute, how about we just pay you 50% this month? Can you imagine what their response would be? But they think it's okay to come and say that to you. And like I said at the beginning, this isn't around people that you want to work with. So do you know what? By working with them, it's that mutual, you're going to enjoy working with them. You'll do whatever you can to work with them because you want that experience. You want to help them. It's like a mutual agreement. You want to do this. I'm talking about the people who are like energy vampires. So by the time you even get to the point where they're asking you for money off, you have literally probably by this point been back and forth for like weeks. And then you also know at the back of your mind, you're not really going to enjoy working with them. They're going to be hard work to work with. They're going to take up so much time. They're going to end up getting a lot more than what they're actually paying for, and they're getting it at like a massively discounted rate. So if you're in that situation, and listen, everyone's different. I don't know what's going on in your business. I don't know, do you really need this money? And you know what, this time you just need to bite the bullet and do it. But if you're like, actually, do you know what, you've got other leads coming in and you could do with the business, but you don't want to give them a discount, or even, you know, shorten it. You're giving like a 5% discount, not a 50% discount. Just keep in mind that picture. If their boss was to go up to them and say to them, oh, you know, could you just work for like 50% of your salary? How would they react? So why is it okay for them to expect that from you just because you're like a solopreneur or a small business? It's not. So I'm going to leave it there.